Hi, my name's Katie with Factory Direct Crafts, and today I'm going to teach you how to make this really cute fishnet mason jar. What you're going to need for this project is you're going to need some fishnet, a mason jar, a hot glue gun, a pair of scissors, some rope for the top, and a Sharpie. This is just a super fun project for the summer months. It's a great way to decorate your home or save memories from your vacation like seashells, and there's just really a lot of possibilities. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first step in this project is going to be taking your mason jar and measuring a piece of fishing net to go around the entire surface. So I'm just going to lay that on there and roll the fishing net around the jar. So once the two ends, the fishing net meets, I'm going to go ahead and take my Sharpie and just make some marks on the netting. And I'm going to do the same at the bottom, just where it is about an inch past the bottom of the jar. And that extra fishing net is going to fold up underneath. Okay, once you have a few little marks on there, you can go ahead and start cutting. So you don't have to keep it very even, just as long as you get the right amount of space, because we're going to go ahead and trim it up later. So I'm going to go ahead and make these cuts. Okay, the next step is going to be securing this to our jar. So I'm going to go ahead and just lay my mason jar right on top there. I'm going to apply a drop of hot glue. Go ahead and bring this net up and secure that on. And you can use scissors to go ahead and hold that in place to make sure it stays. Okay, once that, you just want to continue securing the top little net portion at various spots around the top of the jar. Just make sure you pull that net nice and tight when you do that. Once you've attached it on the top, we're going to go ahead and let the sides meet. So once again, you're just going to pull that nice and tight up. And we're going to do various little drops. Now you want to try to keep these as small as possible so you don't see them when you look at the jar. And we're just going to piece the net together. Just like it's meeting right in the middle there. And we're going to do this all the way down the jar. Okay. Finishing up the last little drop right here at the bottom. And that looks really nice. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and trim. Here's like an extra piece, so we'll just trim that off. And there we have it. See that seam? Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to attach the bottom. Now this is the easiest part because you won't actually see it, so it doesn't have to be quite as neat. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and take your hot glue and we're going to run it around about an inch or an inch and a half of the bottom rim at a time. So I'm just making that line, and then I'm going to pull the net up tight and fold it over. And once again, I'm just using my scissors to push that down in the hot glue, hold it into place. And now I'm going to go ahead and add some hot glue to the next little portion of the rim. And we're going to do this all the way around the bottom of the jar. Okay, now what we need to do to finish up the bottom is you see all this extra netting we have right here. We just got to go ahead and cut that off so that the jar sits flat. If you leave it all on there, it'll push it up and it'll sit kind of crooked. Okay, and I'm just going to apply one last little drop of hot glue there in the middle, just running it all over the net, and we're going to use that to just hold all these little loose ends down and in place. Okay, so now we're all done with the hard part, and I'll show you what that looks like. Nice and even, neat net, and that comes again from pulling it really tight. And now we're going to add the little decorative part, and it's going to cover up our ugly lines that we have going on up here on the mouth of the jar. So what you're gonna do for this step is you're gonna start by taking just a small drop of hot glue right there at the top of the jar. And I'm gonna push the end of this rope down into it. And we're gonna really wanna hold that in place until the glue dries, because this is gonna anchor the rest of it. And once that first piece is secured and the glue is dry, you're just gonna continue wrapping it around the mouth of the jar. And you're gonna do this by applying a line of hot glue, and you wanna keep it nice and straight, and then pulling the rope down tight over it. So I just have a little bit more to go. And I've been doing about 1 inch to 1.5 inches of jar at a time, just because I'm finding that it's the right amount of glue, and so it won't dry before I can get the rope down on there. Okay, and once it's all the way around, you're gonna go ahead and just trim off the end right where it meets the other piece. And we're gonna apply one last drop of hot glue right underneath there. And press that down and hold it. Now you could apply several layers of this rope. I'm just gonna do one. The bigger the jar, the more rope you might wanna add. But anyways, I hope you have a lot of fun with this project. It's just a super cute, easy way to decorate for summer or to decorate your beach house. You can put sand inside of it and keep your seashells from your trip. It's just a lot of fun. Anyways, I hope you enjoy this project. Thank you for watching, guys.